Hey there, Adrienne Elise here. Just thought I would pop in and talk to you about what's going on in the planets and the stars. Welcome to the Gaia Daily for December 17th through 19th. So what we're feeling now is the sun approaching and going over the Galactic Center point. This happens every year just before the solstice, which is when the sun moves into the sign of Capricorn. But this year, we're feeling a reverberation, a continuum of the energy of that really intense galactic center activation that happened with Jupiter and Venus going over the galactic center last month. Now, the sun is who we think we are. It's about our identity. And so the sun going over this point after that massive activation is asking us to reorient to who we are after this big surge of energy. And that's a lot of what's going on for people right now, kind of being like, whoa, what's happening? Who am I? Where am I going? What's going on? That's the nature of the times that we live in right now. And, so this sun passing over the galactic center, though, is saying, yeah, we do need to reorient to this bigger, wider truth of who we are as connected to cosmic consciousness. So Mercury crosses over this point at the same time as the total solar eclipse. So we've got the sun here at the solstice leading up to that solstice energy, and then Mercury crossing over during that total solar eclipse. And Mercury having that intense retrograde is really, maybe we're going to get some more understanding and a bigger picture energy going on in our conceptual reality about what this last couple of months has been about for us. As we have that total solar eclipse, this eclipse energies have an energy of a break in time, like a reset. It's a time that feels out of time. It's a lining up of things that creates that energy. And we are seeing this message again and again right now in astrology, just this lining up, epic coincidences of synchronicities. And it's like, just really, the message I get around this is like, this is epic and we should be paying attention. Perhaps the stars following the planets in their journey can help us understand what's going on right now. So the other thing that's happening that's very supportive is Mars is coming into a sextile. We're feeling that today, starting a few days ago, but it's exact on the 18th and the 19th. And so Mars is in a sextile with Saturn this week, then next week, a sextile with Pluto. So just like Venus took its turn dancing with these planets in conjunction last week, now, or that full moon, now Mars is making a sextile in Scorpio. So Mars is in Scorpio, and then these planets are in Capricorn. So that's like one sign apart. There's Sagittarius in between. So the energy of sextiles is like working together creatively. And Mars likes that because Mars wants to go, right? Like Mars just wants to see some stuff happen, and we've been so stuck for so long. But Mars in Scorpio is like the creative solutions have to do with the shadow energy, like clearing out the stuff that's been hidden in our subconscious that keeps repeating the old patterns, and a lot about revealing truth of what's been hidden from us. Truths in our own self, truths around the people in our life, truths around the greater, wider energies of politics and financial systems. But Mars in sextile to these planets is saying, hey, we can do this. We can work with this. This is an opportunity to be creative and find solutions here. And a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And it's all about, it kind of speaks to that energy of building this new paradigm and manifesting the changes. But in order to do that, we've got to clear the lies and the shadow. And that's this place that we've been at. So, a lot is hearkening back to this Mercury retrograde that happened in the last couple of months, because Mercury is now in a square with Neptune, and that happens just exact. We're already feeling it, but exact right at the day before the solstice on the 20th. And so Mercury made 3 trines with Neptune during its retrograde, and now it's making a square with Neptune. And that energy is like okay, squares are about tension and something's got to give. And what has to give here is the delusions with Neptune in Pisces. It's like we're talking about trying to land a new paradigm, to dream a new dream and bring in new energies. But until we can drop those old stories, then how can the new come in, you know? And yet it's hard because as you're dropping those old stories, it feels like just free fall, you know, just like a total loss. And like everything is, you don't know who you are and what's the point and where you're going. And that's just part of the process. But this is about, Mercury is about our daily understanding, our conceptual understanding of bigger, wider spiritual truths and bigger, wider spiritual lies that made up the Piscean age with that Neptune and Pisces. So some clarity could come. You know, we've got a lot of opportunities here of clarity, breaking through delusions, breaking through the lies, and understanding what this massive, powerful deep dive and also spiritual cosmic activation, what it's all about. Now, that's also supported by the fact that Venus is on its way into the sign of Aquarius. And as it enters Aquarius, it comes into a square with Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. And so this energy is about whether or not we feel we deserve the new energies, the new paradigm. It's like, oh yeah, all this spiritual truth and this connection to the one and the joy that comes with that, but not for me. Everybody else can have that, right? But not for me, because I did something wrong or I'm not good enough, or, you know, and Venus is bringing these things to the surface. Everything right now is like, are you ready? I mean, are you really ready? Because you did say yes to this before you came in, but now you need to say yes to it in your consciousness, deliberately throughout your day, by supporting yourself, by recognizing and validating the spiritual process you're going in, because nothing in this world is going to do that for you. You have to do that for yourself and take care of yourself through these energetic changes. That's what harmonizes everything, is the self-care. So really, really important as we come into these potent next couple of weeks. So we are heading headlong into the solstice. That's Saturday, December 21st. And then the total solar eclipse, Wednesday, it's Thursday, the 26th. And then in the West US, it's on Wednesday, the 25th. So I hope you'll consider joining me for one or both of the soul group sessions. These are group intuitive sessions. I'm offering one for the solstice as well as for the total solar eclipse, just a couple hours before those exact energies, to help to lead into that energy and really be present with what's happening. If it doesn't work in your time zone, you can catch the replay whenever it does work. And so know that your intention to join gets the energy encoded, your answers, your clearings, and your healings there. And what we're doing is looking at shared past life pictures, getting information, clearings, healing, connecting with our soul group, maybe breaking contracts. Timeline alignment energy is really coming up with this total solar eclipse and all these energies, the divine timeline trying to land. And maybe that Mercury square Neptune is like, you know, what's in the way of this? What do we need to adjust in our thinking? And what do we need to let go of in those delusions? And so we can dream that new dream together. So if you join up for the solstice session, then you can get 50% off for the total eclipse session. And so therefore, then we can create like a continuum of energy. So just keep that in mind. And thank you so much for being a part of this and showing up. And hopefully you're enjoying the 21 days of presence. Such an important time to find that peace and presence. And it's like the more important it is, sometimes the harder it is to come into that. But when we come together, we amplify that for all of us. So thanks so much for being a part of it. And I look forward to seeing you soon on the 21 days, the next update, or the soul group sessions. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.